Okay. Okay. Okay, now let's see.
Go ahead and lower this. You can go ahead and drop this to 30 to be able to stream. Go ahead and jump into OBS. All right, so inside of OBS Studio, you're gonna come to where it says settings. We're then gonna go ahead and first we're gonna double check our video. So you on YouTube, you can go ahead and stream higher than 1080p quality. But for this example, I'm going to use 1080p since most people are going to watch your stream on mobile, and that's all you really need. So you want to make sure you have 1920 by 1080, 1920 by 1080, and then your FPS, you want to have it at 60. This is what I recommend, but again, it's all going to be based on your computer and your internet speed. So if you do need to go ahead and lower this, you can go ahead and drop this to 30 to be able to make sure your quality looks good. So once speed, so upload speed, that kind of stream. So if we click 5 bit rate, meaning you can just have it. So once you have that bit rate, you input that there, your keyframe correct. What we're gonna want to do now is now that we have everything ready, we're gonna go ahead and hit start streaming. And so that's gonna say start streaming. You can see here that now we're live. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and jump back over to YouTube to confirm that we're now sending over our stream. So you see here that now we are live, everything is ready to go, excellent condition. You're gonna see here that I can monitor my chat, and now everything is ready to go, and I can start to go live with my audience. Now inside of OBS Studio, you're gonna be able to manage your chat here on the left-hand side. But if you wanna go ahead and have overlays and graphics.
Okay. All right. Deep duration. Alright guys, how's it going? My name's Sean, I'm a full-time clothing eBay reseller, and hopefully we are live. I think I did everything right. I had to watch the tutorial again on like how to set up OBS. That's how we're able to stream right here with this beautiful picture, might I add. And yeah, I think we're looking good, feeling good. Let me know in the chat if you guys can see me. I'm gonna hop back over just to make sure. I think it's fine. The problem is YouTube on OBS, or like when I set up the OBS and start streaming, I have it unlisted on YouTube, but then I like click public, so it should be public to everybody, but it shows live even though it's unlisted, which is a bit odd. So just let me know. Lisa's in. All right, we're good. Thank you, Lisa, for being in there. Very good, very good. All right, yeah, we got some sales to go through. Not quite $1,000 in sales today, but it's been a little slow. That's why I put slow sales on eBay, like sell vintage, and that's just because one of my highlighted sales was a vintage shirt. So I thought I would talk about that a little bit, and hopefully we'll have a pretty good stream. Seth is very cranky today. He's been eating a lot and playing a lot, but usually he naps, and he's not napping. So Stephanie's gonna take him on a car ride, probably go to the grandpa's, And yeah, some people popping in. Looks good from Tennessee. All right, dude. Tennessee's great. I actually went there for the first time. My cousin, they had their wedding there, so it was beautiful. Very small town. They had like one thrift store. I did like decently well. Thrifted on the way back. Didn't do much thrifting. I did the whole Nashville thing, like all the touristy stuff. But yeah, pretty good, Jake. Pretty good. Always much love and respect sent your way. Thanks. James Gruget, what's your store? It should be linked on the YouTube channel, but you could just do Taylor Exchange on Google or eBay, and yeah, you'll find it there. Lisa says, I'm hauling hay today to the farm, packing eBay tonight. It's hot in Texas. Yeah, I totally agree. You East Texas, right? Yeah. All right, let's get straight to it. I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. Sales have been a little slow. Tomorrow's a big sourcing day for me, which usually it's on Wednesdays, but there's a half-off days at the Thrift Giant, so if you guys are in the area, you might run into me. Do not distract me. No, I'm just kidding. You can come up and say hi, but it's better to talk when I'm waiting in line because I'm really focused in the racks, and the lines are crazy long at these places on half-off days, but I definitely want to go out there, see what I can find. Now, one thing I did not consider is Randy's working tomorrow 9 to 5, so I need to make sure I have everything lined out tonight so that I can like tell her, hey, I just need you to do this, this, this. I'll probably do the shipping like now. I'll probably ship again tonight because sales will come in from now to tonight, and then I'll probably have a couple items to ship in the morning because sales trickle in throughout the day and night. And I don't really want to put the pressure on her to like, you know, pack and ship and take to the post office and go to the store and do photos and detag and separate and all that stuff. So I'm just going to set her up with items to photograph, and then that's probably all she'll do. And then I don't know, I'll have her go home. I have a lot to photograph though, so it could take her all 7 hours because she does take an hour lunch. So that is what we got going on. James found it. Good. And 865 picker. Hello, fellow Tennessean. Is that a play on Tennessean? See, Sean's at the end of Tennessean. Oak Ridge here. Yeah, we're not in Tennessee though. That's just gonna be Jake. So you and Jake got something going on. You said happy Sunday. Thank you for the help the other day with the overalls. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. They had an issue with like measuring overalls and what's the best way to present them to the buyer. They are a bit tough, especially if the size tag's not there because overalls have like weird sizes. All right, first item. This is Magellan. This is a long sleeve angler fit, just a blue Magellan. Now it's a size small, so I took an offer when it came in. 17 shipped on the Magellan. Not great. I paid like $3 for this one. I don't pay any more than $3 on Magellan, but for like $1 to $3, it's decent. It's a decent sale. Definitely gets the the sales going. People like this kind of stuff. Magellan. I'm not a fan. I do not wear Magellan. And if it's your first time at the stream, you see I have much cooler bags than the white poly mailers. That's because I use Gyro Pack. Taylor 10, you get 10% off. They're the cheapest bags I could find on the internet. Cheaper than Amazon, cheaper than eBay. Shop for mailers. It beats it out. And there's different colors. There's like at least a dozen colors or so. So this is like the teal green possibly, or mint green. Really cool though. I love them. I think they're great. So go ahead and check it out if you've never been to Gyro Pack. Yeah, they're a good company, man. They're helping me out. Every time you guys make a purchase on there, I get 10%, and that feeds my caffeine addiction. So, and also some bad news: the Venom energy drink that I've been drinking for the last year or so, it is now went up from 99 cents to $1.50. They were like the last holdout of 160 milligram energy drinks that was still like good tasting. So now I think I'm gonna have to go to Dollar Tree, which is now $1.25 Tree, and for the extra quarter, like I don't know if it's worth paying up because Venoms aren't that great. I'd rather buy a Monster because you can get 3 Monsters for $6 at United Market Street, which is $2 a piece. I'd rather pay the $2 than to buy the Venom at $1.50. But then if they have an energy drink at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, that's good. It may be worth it, but Dollar Tree is a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, those are the issues I'm dealing with in my life right now, is inflation on energy drinks. Jake says, are you familiar with Ralph Lauren polo shirts? The logo is just RLR. I do a decent amount of polo Ralph Lauren. I've never seen it on a tag as Ralph Lauren. Yeah, so Ralph Lauren is a bit lower tier. They're above Chaps, I would say. Chaps Ralph Lauren. But I do know that the women's Lauren Ralph Lauren can do well in plus sizes and silk linen. I've sold those a number of times. But usually that's because they're put in the men's section by accident. But yeah, Lauren Ralph Lauren's not the most powerful of the Ralph Lauren lines. 865 Picker was talking to Jake. Yeah, fair enough. Lala Rosen says, hi everyone, happy Sunday from Sunshine State of Florida. Florida is the only way I know how to spell that because, that's just sound it out, right? Very cool. Jake says, I'm in Lebanon, Watertown, area 865 Picker. Greetings sent your way from Oak Ridge is beautiful. Okay, cool. Beatrice, what's up? Happy to have you in. Hi, Sean. Thanks for pricing on the Travis Matthews shorts. They all sold. I priced them at $32. Whoa, that is excellent price for that pant or short. Really good. Very good, Beatrice. I'm glad you got the sale on there. I did have a Travis Matthew floral shirt that sold. I think it's in this lot, and it's pretty neat looking. This is the Under Armour, but this is the U.S. Navy Digicam print, and this actually had a pretty good stain on it, and it still sold for $16 shipped. The reason I bought this with the big stain on it is because Navy guys are going to wear it as like an undershirt or like a workout shirt, so it doesn't really matter that the stain's there. That one with the tight camo is called Digicam, digital cam. So camouflage, digital camouflage. 7 ounces. Yeah, I changed up the lighting, so like now that I have my iPhone 14 Pro as the camera, it's just so much better. Before I had to actually take one of the light bulbs out from my the ceiling fan with the 3 lights. I had to take the most. I have two different ones. 2 are the same that aren't as bright, and then one's really bright. And it used to be bright enough to where like I didn't even need to put the lights on the photo station back there. But now I have a photo station in my store that we do the photos at. So nonetheless, I put the bulb back in there, so the room actually looks much more bright, and the camera just looks really, really good. Very happy with what I did with the setup. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it too, because it did take a bit of like figuring out and buying an upgraded laptop. But I'm happy with it. Another thing is the rendering speed on the MacBook Pro with the M2 chip. It's so quick. Very, very happy about it. Yeah, now I gotta pop back to YouTube just to see, because every time there's like a little bit of a lull, I like to see, okay, 25 people, and we have 5 likes, 24, 5 likes. Okay, so that's not too bad. I mean, it's definitely not too bad. And then we go back to OBS. Yeah, so I still need to work on like the layout for the MacBook Pro as far as like the icons on the dock, like where to put the most used ones. And I'm always trying to find shortcuts on keys whenever I'm doing anything like productivity wise, as far as like listing items. And one thing I'm really like gotten into, and I was into this a little while ago, like I'm pretty big Pokemon fan, like at least, when Pokemon came out, I was like 7 or 8. I think I was 8 years old. Was it 95? I was yeah. I mean, by the time that, I think it came out in Japan, the leaf green in 95, but like by the time it came to like the US, I was very young, and they have Pokemon speed runs where these guys just like burn through the game. But what I like about the speed running is the concept of like the shortest amount of clicks to get to the end goal. And I use that in listing, I use that in like uploading videos, like editing, like what's the least amount of effort to get the end result. And that's what I think is really cool about that. I know I'm not going to be grinding like speed runs on Pokemon, but you can apply that same concept. And anytime you see somebody like hyper focused and at the top of the level of whatever they're doing, it's very impressive to kind of see how they analyze what they're doing, So very cool. I think the dude's channels blew up during COVID because everybody was at home, and yeah, their channels. I mean, it's impressive. If you guys know what I'm talking about, Pokemon, it is impressive. All right. I'm Just Key, dude. I'm Just Key. Everyone just give a hand clap for I'm Just Key. They're the one that told me about OBS. Yeah, I'm using it now. I haven't played with it a lot, but I've got the settings to where, like, based on my upload speed, which is only like 12, was it megabytes per second, I think? It's not great, but I'm not plugged in either. That's all wireless. So I thought about like upping that based on like wiring, and like I can't get fiber at this location. Our town is not giving it to like this neighborhood yet. It's in like the country club and like by the hospital, those types of neighborhoods, but it's not in mine just yet. So I was thinking of ways to up it, but yeah, I dialed down the bit rate for the OBS, and it seems fine. I mean, it's not like perfect, but it's good enough. And yeah, dude, thank you for telling me about that. I would have never come across it. I mean, it probably would have taken me a long time to figure it out. Let's just say that. So yeah, thank you for that, man. Another thing too, I don't know if you guys have heard of LibreOffice. So I was gonna buy what is it? Microsoft Office for the MacBook Pro, but LibreOffice is an open source like you know, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all that stuff. You can get it on the MacBook and it's free. You just have to. There's this video of an old gentleman who like talks about how to change the the preferences, so that when you click in, it opens correctly how it needs to. And you definitely need to do that, or else you'll be confused of why it's not working. But yeah, there's a lot of free like software out there that you can get your hands on without like just ripping, you know, like illegally ripping like some people do for some of that stuff. So pretty cool. I'm always trying to learn like things like that. I don't know. One, it's kind of like a little flex, but two, it just saves money. You get the same result. Like I don't use Word and Excel that often. I use it to print my labels. I use it for that's pretty much it. I mean, I use it for some other things too, but for the most part, yeah, I use it like here and there, like sparingly. Okay, that was just a Wrangler long sleeve button shirt in black. Didn't sell for a whole lot. This is an Abercrombie and Fitch polo. Abercrombie and Fitch is not that great. I don't pick it up very often. I don't spend much on it, but sometimes they look good, and I'm like, let me give it a shot. They still are hitting around the $15 shipped range, so that's definitely not where you want to be unless you're spending like $1. I probably spent $3 on this one, just because I know I didn't spend $5. It's usually like $1, $3, or $5, and higher for the items. Oh, I missed a couple ones here. Jake says, excuse me, thank you, Sean. I've got 2 to 3X Ralph Lauren polo shirts with 3 metal buttons. Metal buttons? That's definitely good. The size seems small for 3X. Thanks for answering my question. You've helped more times than I can count. Dude, that's good, man. If you want to support, just send me money or gifts. I'm just kidding. But if you guys do have the American Eagle Classic chino shorts, size 32, I'm in need of some. I found one last week while I was thrifting, and I've been looking for weeks. I had 2, right? 2. I had 2, and I got them 7 years ago for $1 a piece at a garage sale, and I wore them 7 years, like all springs and summers. And finally what happens is like the end where that seam is, where the leg is, my foot caught it and it ripped it all the way down, and then the other one ripped in like the crotch. So those are my favorite chino shorts. I'll buy them from you. Just let me know. I mean, I'm not going to pay a lot, but just let me know, because I can just thrift them. But let me know if you guys have those. I do like those a lot. But those metal button ones, if it's on the I don't know about polos for women, but typically if the buttons are on the opposite side, it's a women's. But if it's not a true 3XL, if the size is pretty far, or maybe if the sleeves are short, it could be a women's. And metal buttons are going to be higher dollars. So definitely take your time like researching that, because you don't want to skimp out. I've never seen the metal buttons in those, so but I don't pick those up that often though either. So Flippy Good, what's up? How are you? Good to have you in. Sleepless Endeavors. Hi, Sean. How do you identify the model line for Polo Ralph Lauren? Found a green utility cargo jacket. It's nice, but having trouble identifying it. Yeah, so any of the military, like utility type stuff, definitely take a minute. Honestly, like, I mean, you can try Google Lens. I don't use it very often, but I just search I search eBay first, and then if I can't find it there, I search just a Google search, because sometimes they're on Grail or some of these other sites, Poshmark even. But type in whatever you can that you think is unique about that item, and maybe you can come across the exact one. It's very hard to go to the actual website because they go through so many new lines and stuff, and you may not find it there. But yeah, that's cool, man. That's a cool piece. Okay, I'm just key. Yeah, he said it's simple to use, ain't it? Yeah, I mean, simple is relative, but there's video out there that there's videos that make it even easier. But yeah, I still had to watch the video today because it's only the second time streaming it, but now I know that it saved my settings, and I know how to do it now. But I am going to go back to see if, like, when I pressed live for YouTube, it was actually live at the time, because when you press start stream on OBS, it shows live on YouTube, but it's unlisted. Unlisted or private means nobody can see it unless they have the URL for the stream. So when I clicked public, it went live, but it was already showing live. So I need to make sure y'all didn't see me staring at my computer for like 2 minutes, because I was still trying to figure it out. All right, let's pack this. I need to get the label on this one before I forget. 12. So yeah, it looks like ground advantage is still, I think it's actually better than what we had set up with the first class and all that jazz. Patricia. Hey Taylor, are you going to be addressing vintage today? Yeah, kind of. I have this shirt here. This is that. I'll just pull it out. This is that. Let's see. The Guess one right here. So this is the Guess by Georges Marcio. Anyway, made in USA. I mean, I could tell right off the rack. Just look at this thing. It screams like Mardi Gras. It's got like that vintage smell. Like, it's a little older. Sometimes I wash those, but if it's vintage, like, those guys, the person buying this knows what they're getting, right? So this did have a tear on it, and this shirt sold for $50. So this did have a little tear on it. It is a size medium, but I'm just not the guy to wear this kind of thing. I just wanted to say, like I paid $9 for this one. Like, some people think $9 is way too high to pay, but if you can identify a couple things like, you know, made in USA, Guess, the type of cotton is thicker, you know, it's this is a beautiful shirt. So, like, paying up for items that are vintage are gonna make more, even though, like, the market's a little slow, right? Like, people are they're on vacation, they're tightening up money. Like, what is it? The student loan, September 1, my friend Mike was telling me that it's now, like, they're going to start having to pay back those loans. So people are going to be even more tight on money. But the person looking for this shirt, they've got plenty of money to spend. So I just wanted to kind of say, like, vintage is still going to sell, even when markets are slow, because this thing is just, it's wicked cool. I mean, look at this. It's beautiful. Beautiful shirt. But, I don't know. I'll talk vintage. I kind of wanted to just get some vintage love out there, because I do appreciate this sale from whoever bought it. And I do want to learn more about vintage. There's definitely a ton of money in vintage. So, all right. Print label. Jorge Narajo. He says, "You're doing great, man. A real inspiration." Dude, thank you. I appreciate that. I've been at this pretty hard for a little while now, and the whole YouTube effect, let's just call it the YouTube effect, like, I had a video bring in, like 800 viewers, and then it just kind of went up from there. Now it's like a slow climb, although I don't make that much money on YouTube with how much time I spend in it. There's definitely another content avenue that I'm in that can make way more money, which I'm actually going to start ramping up. So, like, the YouTube consistency it's going to still be there, but maybe I'll be like, the live each week and then maybe one video a week, rather than me trying to put 2 out, what I've been trying to strive for. I guess what I'm getting at is I really value, like, the people that I am helping, because that's how I got my start and how I got really good at eBay, is by watching a number of creators. I don't really want to go through them all right now, but yeah, it's a pretty powerful thing to be able to reach out to so many people at one time and answer all these questions. Like, a lot of the questions you guys have, I mean, I had those questions too, and I didn't have anybody to ask. In 2019, like, there were, the Rally Roots, Daily Refinements was doing well, but he was kind of doing a lot of different stuff, and he's really dialed in. But now he's even in a different ballpark than most people, and it was hard. It's hard to, like, reach out to people with, like, tens of thousands of subs. Like, a lot of times they don't respond. And then there's people that run lives, and you can kind of get a question in here and there, but it's few and far between, So I open up my Instagram. People, you guys can DM me questions. I do answer as many questions as I can whenever I can. So I appreciate you saying that. I'm inspiring you, man. You can definitely make some serious money with this business. But I do think there's a threshold. And I'm kind of hitting it. I feel like I'm hitting it. So, but I've got plans to make more money other ways too, and continue like what I got going on. So, yeah, thanks, man. I'm just key. Do you ever use the bulk print option? I'm way too afraid to mess up the orders. I used to, just because that sound of a bunch of labels being printed is super sweet. But yeah, I would have to like write on the bag like in like little lettering like something to identify who the buyer was and match them up, and the username for the buyer doesn't match their actual name sometimes. So yeah, it was way too hard, and you can line them out in order, but no, because I don't know. It's so much safer to just do it the way one by one, the way I'm doing it. Okay, this one is Fat Face. Fat Face is a brand that I don't see very often. This did have a pretty big hole in it. It's a chunky neck, like a mock neck kind of sweater. I don't know. It's huge, right? It sold for $28.99. That's shipped. So I'm gonna try to fit it in this legal flat rate envelope. If you guys have never seen this, it's pretty neat. It works most of the time. It's like this, and then we'll back it up here. You just kind of roll it down like this. See? So it looks like that. And then you got to tape it down before it comes open. Okay. Bam. And then I put one strip of tape, and the rule on the USPS with tape is it says like, I think it says can't cover like 90% of the package or some percentage like that. If you put one strip of tape across this, it's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be that big a deal. So just mind your ears. I know that can be kind of loud. Cringe for some people, but that's what we're doing right there. So yeah, this is it took a while to sell. I thought it was like a $40 or $50 pullover, but I am happy. I mean, it still made some money. So James says, how much do you typically promote on your items? 0.0000%. Zero. Nothing. I don't promote anything. I'm okay with the rate that things are selling at, and I don't want to give eBay any more money because my margins are extremely small. This is not the channel that you're going to find high selling items. This is the channel where you're going to find me selling items that you could probably see in your store and make like $5 to $10 profit, and then occasionally like the vintage shirt and some of those items you'll make 20 plus on those items for sure. But yeah, it's yeah, you're not promoting any. I think I have 4,800 items listed with like 2,600 something sold, something like that, and that's fine with me because I have the space and the patience. And yeah, and some of these older items, you know, they still made like good profit. It just takes them a little bit longer to sell because there's a lot of them listed, you know. All right, let's check on the tube because I can't see how many people are watching. Okay, 46 people, 12 likes. All right, sweet. Feeling pretty good about that. Didn't know how many people are going to show up on the Sunday afternoon. Very excited for football season though, as you guys can see. As you guys can see over here, got the Bears flag. Really excited for the season. This is a Tommy Bahama. Now Tommy Bahama, they're just like polo shirts. This is it is silk is the reason I bought it, but it only sold for $8.45 plus $8.99. So you're talking like what $17.50 pretty much, $17.44. And the island zones are the ones you're gonna want to pick up. The silk ones, I thought it would do better. It's a 2XL in orange. However, it did not sell for that much money. The island zones do a lot better, especially the bigger size island zones. You can get close to $30 on those. Another thing I do is when I'm selling these items, even though this one profited me money, I'm not going to probably pick it up like again, unless it's like under $3. And I don't really know how much I paid for this one, but that's what's good about, you know, like paying attention while you're shipping to see what things are selling for, so you can be like, okay, this one definitely is like dropping in value, or this one's just not. You took a shot on it, it did sell, which is always good. Sales are always good, but you still want to have like a bit of a threshold that you don't want to like dip under too often. Like we have standards in this business. Okay, I'm not trying to sell things for this much, but I am trying to find things that sell all the time too. So let's see. Catorch. So you said, are you part of Tech and Sports Daily Refinement groups? No, I never joined just because they put out so much free content. I followed Chris since I started in 2019. It's probably like late 2019. And I mean, there's so much out there, and there's only so many ways to say like list and sell items, like take good photos. I mean, people. That's the other thing. I'm really cheap too. Like I do appreciate their help and stuff, but I couldn't afford that. I mean, especially when I started, I didn't have any money like that. So, and then now that I have money, I'm not gonna spend it on that because I already kind of know what's happening. But yeah, they're great. I do appreciate those guys. Sean says it's been cool watching your channel unfold, clothing channel unfold. Thank you, man. Appreciate you spending your free time watching. That's cool. All right, so here's some Hollister cargo shorts. Now, Hollister cargo shorts, definitely not like as good as Abercrombie shorts, and they also they do okay. This was a size 28 though. So this did not do okay. This one sold for $17, so very low money on this one. But nah, I probably got it from a garage sale. I think I did hit a couple garage sales. I got some shorts. Don't really know when I picked these up, but yeah, I mean it sells. It did okay. I'm not even gonna take this one down. When it's really flat like this and it doesn't bulge out, I normally don't put the tape because it's fine. I mean, have you ever tried to open one of those after sealing them? It's actually kind of hard to open. So, let's see. There we go. And then, yeah, you can always put this over the seam to get it like a little added help. A little piece of tape like that. James says, very smart. How many sales do you typically have a day? Well, I used to have a lot more. It's been a little slow. I don't know, man. Like, right now I'm listing 30 a day. I used to list like 35 last year. Sometimes it kind of ebbs and flows. I have a 7 or 8 month old son now, so it can be a little tough. I do have an employee that helps, but I don't know, man. I think it's like anywhere from, it's pretty even. It's because I haven't gone over, like I got up to 5,000 items in my store, but it has been around the 4,700, 4,800 items mark. So I could guess 28 to 32 items a day. Like some days are crazy and some days are like 25 items. So it kind of, it ebbs and flows, but I'm pretty much not stagnant, but stable. Let's just call it stable. So here's a pair of Brooks Brothers jeans. Let's look at their tag here. I think it's a beautiful little script they got going on. A little glare here. Yeah, Brooks Brothers jeans. Don't find them very often, but they did sell. Okay, so this is one of the ones where typically I used to say if it's over a pound, automatically do flat rate, but because of the changes in shipping, this one's actually cheaper in priority mail, and it may be a little cheaper in Ground Advantage. So we're just going to pack it in one of our colored poly mailers. Let's put this bad boy in here. Bam. 1 pound, 6.5. 1 pound, we'll go 7. And I have 13 by 10 by 6 is what's defaulted because that's pretty much what the size is for this. It's probably like 4 inches, like this way, 3 to 4. But that'll be okay. It doesn't change. When you're in that range of size for the package, it doesn't matter unless it's like overseas or like past a certain length. It'll be the same price. So $7.20, and then first ground advantage is going to be $7.35. So we're going to go with priority and $7.20. So we save 40 cents by not going first or flat rate. So we save 40 cents there. Stay home to shop. Is your storefront helping grow your eBay business? I don't think it does. I don't. YouTube hasn't really either. Although there are plenty of viewers, and thank you if this is you, who tell me, hey, Sean, your title doesn't match this item. Like, there's a mistake here. That's happened at least 10 times. So thank you for the corrections on the store. But yeah, no, the YouTube channel probably hurts the eBay store. And then the storefront, I don't know. I just said, I actually tried submitting a video. I made a video about my store, and it didn't get submitted. So after that, I stopped trying to do all that stuff. But one day I felt a little creative and wanted to do the banner, which is actually kind of hard to do with the sizing. It is a real pain in the butt for me. And no, I don't have a video on it, and I don't think it matters. I really don't. Claude says, have you seen the brand Sheen Curve? Took a chance on a unique pattern. I have not seen Sheen Curve. Is that branched off of the brand Sheen, or is it its own thing? But yeah, unique patterns materials, things that kind of pop. Sometimes that works, And it also, I've talked to a lot of people. It seems like the Gen Z generation are kind of they're okay not buying brand name as long as it's kind of unique, and then if they find it at a thrift store, maybe they're yeah, I got it on eBay. It adds some cool value to it or something. So I think strong brands are always going to sell well, but I do think there's going to be pockets of money in the cool factor of an item, if it's just kind of one of a kind or just unique. Let me get some water, man. I'm starting to been talking a lot, man. Okay. Well, we are coming through with the title. I said vintage. We're going to talk vintage. This is a vintage Mickey Mouse shirt. Let's just take a look at it. It's pretty plain. So one thing with vintage, you can see how this collar is thicker. Sorry, I didn't want to block the mic, but see how this is longer? It's not really too much thicker. This is the Hanes Beefy Tee tag. And it's not paper. It's got the silk to it. It is made in USA though. And then this is the Mickey. So another indicator is it says Walt Disney, and it is a little cracked, But yeah, this is I put it as vintage. I'm pretty sure it is. All those indicators told me it was. This did not sell for that much money. This one went for $7 plus $9, so $16 shipped. I probably paid $1. T-shirts are $1 at my Goodwill, and if this was $3, I probably wouldn't have bought it because it's just not that great, Mickey Mouse. There's some cool stuff. If it had more print to it, if it was the Oliver print, it definitely would have sold for more. But this was just kind of a basic, and it was cracked up, which, damage on vintage isn't a huge deal. But I wouldn't have paid $3 for this just because I'm not the expert in vintage. There are people out there. I am not one of them. But I'm not totally clueless, though. I have some idea. 865 Picker says, I have lots of respect for Chris, and I watch a lot of his stuff, but it reminds me a lot of Taco Bell in that it's pretty much always meat, cheese, and beans, but sometimes they put those. Dude, what? He said, hold on. It's pretty much always meat, cheese, and beans, but sometimes they just put those same ingredients in a different order and call it something else. Chris, if you're watching, I did not say that. That was 865 Picker, who is bashing you and Taco Bell. Let's just put it out there. Okay, Baja Blast, first off, is probably one of the best fountain drinks you can get, other than the machines that you can add different flavors to the sodas, like vanilla or you press the button, those. Second, the Chalupa was revolutionary, back when it came out. And I don't know, dude. I don't even want to go there right now. 865 Picker. We're just gonna kind of we're gonna dial back. I don't want to step into I don't want any cancellation from Taco Bell or Chris, and I don't want any hate from the lovers of Chris and Taco Bell, because let's just not put that on me right now. Very funny though. I get what you're saying, but very funny. I have a really funny Taco Bell story too, but we'll save it for another time. All right, we're gonna pack that bad boy up. Sean Dean says your business process seems really buttoned up. Yeah, I've been full time since 2021, and if you're not buttoned up, this business can take over your house and your life, and then you'll still not be making much money. So, like, if you want to make like a livable wage, you gotta have things in order, in my opinion. I mean, maybe you don't, but for my wife to be okay with it, it had to be pretty organized. But yeah, I have ideas of getting back into hard goods. I'm telling you, I was pretty good at selling hard goods. I just, I realized I wasn't like good at like packing. I mean, I can pack stuff, but I hated the stress of like some of those items, like selling old electronics. Some of those return hits are just brutal, man. But I bought a camera, these 2 cameras, and one of them's listed for $199.99. So, and it's a pretty good, it's a little Nikon point and shoot. It's pretty awesome. So I'm hoping that sells. I had to buy like the battery charger for it and stuff, and it worked and everything. And then the photos, one had a 32 micro SD, and then the other one had just like the old school SD, like the fatter ones. And I saw one of my friends on it. It was his wife's grandparents, like, and that was their I don't know if it's their camera or their son, like her dad's camera or something, but like I'm gonna get the photos back to him. So that was really cool. I've got them in that little white dish, that dish right there. So I just need to get like their address to mail it to them. Katorch says, do you structure your titles the same for every item? Pretty much. Yeah, we do brand, like what the item is, gender, size, color, or size / and then like fit, if there's a certain fit, color, and then design or anything special else on it. So, and everything's capitalized case. First letter's capitalized in each word. It looks really clean. Big Brian Roning, what's up, man? Sales have been slow, dude. Brutal. I didn't even hit $1,000 this weekend. I know y'all have said before, like, only 1,000. Like, yeah, I hit like 8 something, so not good. But I haven't listed a lot. Yesterday I listed 15 items, and then today I'm only listing 15. And part of that's because, I don't know. I've been doing more family stuff and kind of just taking it easy on the weekends. But guaranteed tomorrow. Dang, no. Now that I think about it, I may need to do more work today since I'm sourcing tomorrow, or like come Tuesday list like 60 items. That's another possibility. If you miss days, just double up the next day to kind of like even out the store. It'll kind of be the same. But yeah, that's dang, I didn't even think about that. Maybe I'll go to the store and do photos and stuff. I don't know, man. I don't stress it much anymore. Like there's time to do work, and then there's time to like roll on the ground with your 8-month-old son. You know what I'm saying? And I watched a movie with my wife last night, so yeah, we're not gonna stress about it. And I'm also pumping time into another business that's doing. It's okay. It's gonna do better. I've got a plan. Here's a Travis Matthew. This is a V-neck. It's the golf like pullover sweater. They got their collared shirt and they put the V-neck on. It went for $21 shipped, so not too terrible. The long sleeve stuff does really well for golf attire. Now the Callaway, or no, not the Callaway. The Ping long sleeve quarter zips, I wouldn't recommend. Those aren't quite as strong as like Travis Matthew, FootJoy, those brands. Not all golf clubs like brands sell well in golf attire, like outerwear. Not always the case. $8.65. Picker says, what store level do you have? It's the one that's $59 something a month, and I think I pay yearly. I don't know if it automatically does yearly or if it's just doing monthly. I'm not sure. I don't really look at it anymore. Let's see. Oh, speaking of that, I don't know if my coupon, is it coupon time for the stores? Oh man, I think last time I got eBay tape and I gave it to my mother-in-law because I'm like, I got tape coming out of my ears for eBay, and then their poly mailers are way overpriced on eBay. Here we go. Here's an O'Neill. So O'Neill swim trunks. These are board shorts. They're gray, this nice blue. These sold full price, $12.99 plus $8.99 shipping. So 13 plus 9 is $22 shipped. Now, I see these all the time. Thrift stores like to price them at $5. A lot of times they don't sell for $5 and they get either discounted with the color discount, or there's thrift stores that manually hand discount items, which in my opinion is insane and a complete waste of time. But I used to price these at like 16 plus 9, so $25 shipped. I don't know if that's necessarily the mark. I think 22 is the mark on some of these. But yeah, I'll pick them up all day for $4. When it comes to $5, for some reason that difference in $1, it shouldn't make that big a difference, but it does, like psychologically for me. They'll still sell. They definitely will. And mind you, I'm not picking those up with any flaws, because a lot of times board shorts will have like some stains, some like tearing on it, like some threading issues. So yeah, I don't pick up any of those, but there's some cool ones out there. And unfortunately, like the lower end brands, Walmart, George's and stuff, they're coming out with really good looking board shorts. So the board short section's taken a lot longer than it used to. 20 items a day sounds like a dream. Yeah. It's definitely some good money, dude. It's definitely some good money. Do you use the free Tyvek envelope, Fat Pandar? No, I used to, but no, it doesn't. There's no real reason to use it because a lot of it fits in flat rate, and then if it doesn't, it'll go pirate ship. So, yeah, those are cool bags though. Super strong. They got like the little fibers in it. Here's a Ralph Lauren plaid long sleeve button shirt. Right here. What? So many cords now. Let's bag it up. So yeah, this one only went for $11.37 plus $8.99. So there's a big range of money to be made in Ralph Lauren, and a lot of it is not that high. But there's some that's extremely high, and then others that's just okay. I'm really excited for tomorrow, though. I love sourcing the half-off days. It's crazy busy, though. The last time I went, I should have caught this on film, but I don't want to get, like beat up or anything. But the last time I went, you know how, like, the line goes around the store? I was, like, finishing a rack, right? And then right when I was about to, like, go in line, at the end of the rack, and I'm on, like, the far end of the store, or, like, I don't even know how to do a little visual explanation of it, but let's just say like this is the store. This is the entrance, and then this is the entrance, and then right here next to the entrance is all the registers, right? So I went this way, all the way down to this callus, and then I was done with the rack, right? And I didn't go through the pants, I just went through the tops, like the button-ups and then the polos. There was a woman right here, and she looked like she was just standing there, and I was like, hey, what's up? And she's just like, oh, just waiting in line. I was like, you're waiting in line? The line went all the way up here and back down all the way. So it was like a quarter of the store and then back down. And I was like, holy cow. And she was just like, yeah, it's half off day. And I was like, dang. And I said, can I jump in line with you whenever you're back closer, like to the end? And she looked at me, she's like, man, I don't know. And I was like, just pretend that you're my girlfriend or something. And she was just like, all right, fine. So I went through the rest of the store in the men's section, the pants and the shorts and stuff like that, and I found a few more items. Well, then I went back over like before we got to like this straight shot, because I didn't want, I wanted to go back here, right here, so that people didn't really see. So when I went that way, I was just like, hey honey, look what I found. She was just like, come on, just get it. Anyway, so I talked to her the whole time, because there is a lot of value in talking to somebody that's cool, like in line, because the lines sometimes take forever. So it was pretty hilarious. And I was telling her about like the channel and what I do and stuff like that. And I think she was cool. She was there for it. We also had kids that were the same age, so that was unique too. So, yep, pretty fun. I would not recommend doing that though, because people will get really mad. I mean, I hate when that happens to me, but like, whatever. Okay. Let's see. Stay home to shop says, thanks for the answer. Does your physical shop location, retail storefront, help your eBay sales? No. Well, yes. So I've only had a couple buyouts, like 4 last month. I've had none this month. And then I did have a guy come in. He saw my little sign and he said, hey, I wanted to find some shirts. So there was none in there other than the long sleeves. He wanted short sleeve button shirts. I said, hey, let me check the store. So I would sit there with him. I have like the computer and I was going through them. I said, hey, there's tons of these. He was looking at them. He's like, okay, I like those. So I brought 7 of those up to the store and he bought 5 of them for $20 each. So $100 on that. And it worked. So I haven't marketed well for the store. I understand that, but it is nice, like having a bit of a presence there. So this month has been tough because my wife is a health inspector and she's been on call for the whole month. So that means anytime there's like an event on the weekend, she has to go to inspect it, and then I have to watch my son. So like I've had a little less time to like focus on that. And honestly, like the word will get out, like I just need to make sure that I'm there a lot, have like things in place, and then I need to work on some signage and content in town to like promote it more. But yeah, it doesn't really help, but I could see a future where there's QR codes and people can shop the eBay store inside there while they're waiting, and then either have like the items on site possibly, or just bring it up the next day and do like appointment type stuff. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, but honestly, it was kind of like an experiment. I'm going to give it probably a year and just see how it does, but I have not been putting full focus into it, so it's still really cool though. Hang on, let me get this label on here. This was a stained Brooks Brothers shirt. Probably shouldn't have bought it. It's more like a break-even piece at $13 shipped, but had a stain. Missed the stain. What can you say? What can you do, Best to sell it and make the money back, though. What does vintage 80s Ringer shirt sell for that has cool graphics like motocross racing? I don't know. I guess I would search Ringer 80s vintage shirt motocross and just check what the other ones are selling for and maybe go around that. But that's pretty dope. I don't know, man. It's cool, though. Sean, I found in reselling it's good to not be too clothes-minded. What? Are you saying, like a little play on words? Yeah, no, there's definitely way more money in hard goods. There's just a lot more problems, I think, too. This is Ralph Lauren jeans. I would not pay up for Ralph Lauren jeans unless you really know what you're looking for. These did not sell for a whole lot. But it is cheaper to go priority than flat rate. I'm gonna stick it in here. Tape it shut. These sold for like $20. I probably paid $4 for these. So probably gonna get away from buying these. I'll put a piece of tape though. Tape that. There we go. Alright. Let's see. JG says, call it Taco Hell for a reason. Another Taco Bell hater. I actually haven't been there because the last time it did mess my stomach up, but it's really good going down though. It is. It is. Okay, let's just see. Okay. So yeah, that's the second time that priority has been $7.20, and then ground advantage is $7.35, and then obviously flat rate is $7.60. So pretty cool. I wonder how high those are going to get, right? The next 5 years. Like, is it going to be like, oh, it's only $9.70 for this, or it's $10.80 for this? That would definitely put a tightening up on what I buy. That's for dang sure. I would be changing up the business quite a bit if prices continue to increase to the point where this small volume margin doesn't work. And there's two things you can do. One, find more expensive items to sell. Oh, that's easy, right? Two, get stuff for very, very cheap. And that's probably more attainable, but a little more challenging than just finding like a vintage piece or like an expensive piece. But yeah, that would be the route. You'd want to get stuff for like near to nothing and sell it, and then it's fine, you know. But yeah, that is probably like, I think I see the resale market getting much more challenging for like the commoner, like the average guy like us. It is getting tough. Okay, 59 concurrent viewers with 25 likes. Pretty good. I would say that is pretty dang good. Happy to have you guys here. Hope everyone's weekend has gone well. Hopefully, if you guys are going back to the 9 to 5, you don't have a horrible Monday. Hopefully, things are pretty chill, you know. I hated going back to work on Mondays, man. It's the worst. It's the worst. Did I tell you, my dad asked, he asked a few months ago, he's like, man, how do you feel when you have to go back to work on Monday? And I said, I feel the same way I do like today on Sunday. Like, I'd feel the same exact way. I don't feel anything. It feels like another day. It's like every day is like Saturday. Although Monday, my wife goes back to work, and then Seth goes to daycare. So it actually is a bit... it is kind of nice. It is kind of nice. So here is, this is the brand Chubbies. Chubbies do the shorts that are real fancy, short shorts. You know, let's just call them the Rally Roots shorts, the Chubby shorts. I think he wears a lot of them. And it's a polo, you know, it's a polo, short sleeve. And this one went for $16.75 plus $8.99. So not too terrible. Definitely thought it was going to make like $50, but it didn't. But that's okay. Somebody's going to get themselves a nice polo. It kind of had like a Saved by the Bell vibe to the pattern. Was it 9? Was it 9? Yeah, it was 9. Man, there we go. Swoop. What's up, man? It says, hey, how down are you percentage-wise from your last 30 day? A bit. We are a bit down. I can tell you. Let's give Swope the cold hard facts. We are 27%. 27% down. We're at 16,228 for the 90 days, and pretty sure I had some $20,000 months earlier this year. I did have some crazy finds, but yeah, it's definitely down. But it will go back up, I promise you that. Whoa, Paul, hello from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Pierre, Michigan, come on down. Happy to have you in. This is a 5'11 tactical men's size small. I bought these and they had like, somebody took the embroideries off, right? So it kind of had some old stitching type stuff all over it, and they still sold. So pretty good. Sold for $22 shipped. I'm actually gonna take the bag out. So we hit the 1 pound mark. And sometimes if it hits a pound, I like to be sure to take that extra weight out that I don't need so that I don't go over a pound. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. 865 picker says, hang on, were most of the people in line resellers or people just looking for stuff for themselves? Oh, dude, it was like, okay, so it was everybody. Yeah, no, it wasn't just resellers. It was like everybody and their brother. Like, Dallas, Texas has, I think, like 1.2 million people or something. And then I think my friend was saying, like, all the Dallas, Fort Worth, like that entire area, it's just millions and millions of people. So yeah, everybody was there. So, and I did feel a little guilty, but it did shave off probably 40 minutes of time. So I don't know. Sometimes you got to live on the edge. You got to bend the rules or just straight up break them sometimes. So cutting in line, you can take it for what it is, It's a terrible thing. I'm a terrible guy. Let's just say it. I'm a terrible guy. Nick Pick, hey, happy to have you in. The close to you zones. Oh, the close to you zones are now can ship priority 7 to 720. I've been using the Tyvek envelopes for those. Is there a cheaper option I'm missing? No, you're getting them free and you're using that bag. So that's actually really good. And that's part of the reason why I didn't have it before, because it wasn't available. But now that it's changed, it would make sense to get those Tyveks. I get the poly mailers from Gyro Pack. They hook me up because I'm talking about them, so doesn't harm me too bad. But that's cool. That's a good idea. So Nick Pick, that makes perfect sense. Nick Picker. Makes sense. Here is a Ralph Lauren. This is a kind of like a nerdy shirt. That yellow. It's a Blake gingham plaid. And this one is, I think it's plaid. It could be check though. I don't know. This one went for $12.99 plus shipping. So full price sale right there. And it's $22. Oh man. Isn't it weird when you do the ounces, right? And you type too many ounces. So say I put 6 ounces, it went 66. It puts it in the poundage. It doesn't not let you do it. It adds it and then you have to delete the pound size or whatever. So a little annoying. Tony B says, anyone in New Hampshire, have you ever been to the Northeast? No, I've been to Chicago before. Well, Indiana, Chicago. I went to a Cubs game when I was young, and I have family in Indiana, which we need to make a trip soon. But no, I have not. I honestly, don't get offended, Tony, but I forget New Hampshire is even a part of the United States, to be honest. I don't know what they're known for. I don't know what is special about it. Not that every state has to be special. I just it just doesn't even compute. Like Kansas would be in that same situation if it wasn't for the Wizard of Oz, right? Kansas would be the same thing. The flyover states like New Hampshire, I don't even know where it's at, to be honest with you. I assume it's in the Northeast. I can use some context clues, but I just don't know. I don't know. Here's Quicksilver Waterman. Quicksilver Waterman is one of their lines. I don't know if it's like the beach line. I'm not really sure, but their corduroy shorts do decent. This is like a floral shirt. It went for $20, not terrible. But yeah. 865 Picker says you're not terrible at all. That is very nice to say. Thank you. I think everyone's a little terrible though at this sometimes, whether they're open about it or not. But you can always recover though. You can recover your terribleness of cutting in line by doing something good to kind of balance it out, right? Let's see. Heather Fuller Photography. That's a pretty cool. Oh, I guess your last name's Fuller. Okay, I thought like your photographer was more full than other photographies. Beaches, mountains, lots of hiking and snowmobiling. So Heather is speaking up for New Hampshire or the Northeast, but probably New Hampshire. So okay, hey, that's cold, but cool. Beaches and mountains, huh? Interesting. Nick Pick is fine. My friends call me Pick. Nicholas Picker is my real legit name. Dude. I had no idea. I thought you just jumped on the train of adding Flipper or Picker to your name. Nicholas Picker. That's cool, man. It's one of those things, right? Like, you know, you could change it, but like, why would you? It's a cool name. I mean, it's not like that cool. It's cool enough. It's cool because it's like you're reselling and you're probably a picker, but it's so maybe you're destined. Maybe you're destined to be it. But yeah, no, that's crazy, dude. People call you Pick though. That's kind of cool. Are you so Nicholas? Okay, Nick. Huh? When you shorten your name, did you put N-I-C-K or did you just do N-I-C like in school, or were you always just Nicholas? Let's see. Sorry, they just came in. I see. 865 picker is. I got you. Yeah. No, it's crazy, dude. It's a crazy thing. Okay, let's continue on. Flip It Goods from Kansas. Welcome, Kansas. Hey, Kansas. The Cubs game I went to, they played the Kansas City Royals and they actually won. It was like it was either 1-0, like one of the most boring baseball scores. Yeah. Anyway, Kansas, man. Why are you a Bears fan in Texas? I'm a Bears fan in Ohio, but I used to live in Packer County. My dad, he's from Indiana. So yeah, like half, my grandparents, my great-grandparents on my dad's side, they're from Indiana. I don't know where their parents are from. Have to look back a little deeper. Then my grandparents were from there, and then my dad and uncle, who he's recently passed, my uncle, but they grew up in Indiana, and then my dad joined the Air Force, and then he traveled around. He went to Panama and met my mom, so then we came back to Texas, and I'm half Panamanian and half like Indianian, I guess. You're like white. And then so he just bred Chicago into the house because that's what he liked to watch, So all my friends were Cowboy fans for the most part, and I can't stand the Cowboys. It's just one of those like teams in denial about how good they are every year. The Cowboys. Jerry Jones. All right. Heather says, Tony B, I'm from Maine. The New Hampshire bins and Connecticut bins are the same distance. Dang, that's pretty good, Heather. Flippy Good says, home of the Chiefs. Actually, Kansas City is a great area. People are friendly and nice to each other. Huh. Okay. It's always nice when your team brings some championships to your city. Wouldn't know what that's like. Okay. This is Buckle BKE. I still buy these, this brand. It's definitely not great. Short sleeve button shirt. It went for $19. Or no, it went for $18. But yeah, it's like a $3 pickup for me. $3 to $4. I'll pay $4 sometimes. Not often though. Nick Picker's great name, but you get called Nitpick here a lot though. Yeah, possibly. Reselling businesses, clothes. Laugh aloud. Closets. Clothes. Fuller closets. I see. I got you. I get what you're saying, Heather. Okay, I got you. I'm tracking. Let's see. I want to start a YouTube channel and call it Nico, my name, Spatula, because I flip stuff. Get it? Laugh out loud. Yep. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I think all reselling channels need to have flip, pick, bolo, just somehow incorporated into their name. No. I think a channel with your name is a good idea. Maybe. There's something to be said about that. Because then you can kind of like shift the channel in places. Like if I did like a vacation vlog, I don't know how many people would care to watch it, but I would try to like, I would do this. If I did a vacation vlog, which we're going to do some trips and stuff, I would start the video with like a thrift store find from that area and then just start the vlog and then and then circle back to the actual thrifting, just because you know, it'd be cool. I mean, I don't know if people would care to see that kind of content, but it'd still be nice to, because what you're doing is you're saving a video of like your vacation, right? And it's going to be on those servers forever, hopefully. So it's kind of like a nice little place to put videos, you know, and then possibly like make a little bit of cash. 865 Picker says, haha, catch name, don't forget. I don't know. Okay, here's a Ralph Lauren classic. Now this one did have a pretty good stain on it that I missed. So break even piece here. No good. Let's see. We have 48 people and 28 likes. So quite a few people left whenever I was talking bad about Nicholas Picker's name and New Hampshire and Kansas. So sorry to see that happen. But carry on, folks. Carry on. Nick Pix says, definitely Destin. I did Nick even in school. Okay, NIC. There's no K in Nicholas. Oh, I see. And that's what I always told people. Yeah, I got called all kinds of stuff. Nose picker, nitpicker. Jesus, man. Yeah, I hear you. My wife's name is Stephanie, and they called her Step on Me. Like, what? And then people would call me Scene. They called me Scene sometimes. I was like, all right. Or CN. I was just like, whatever, dude. So when I see people named Sean, like there's this other Sean in here, I would call him Schwan. Let's see. Brandy is from Indiana. All right, right on. Swoop says, what did you bench last time? Add Flipper at the end. That should be your name. Taylor Exchange Flipper or Sean Taylor Flipper, like your name plus Flipper. What did you bench last time? I did. If you guys watched the most recent video, within the first like minute or two, you can see me bench pressing. Swope, I did 195 for 1 rep, and I can tell you, I haven't hit 195 in a while. Mainly because I just stopped working out, like, and even before my son, whenever I was like trying to get in shape before having a kid, because I knew I was gonna fall off. Like, I pretty much predicted this, and you could combat it, but I wasn't the guy to do it. Even before that, though, I was heavy into like swimming. Like, I was doing a few miles of swimming each week, like 2 to 3 miles a week. So like I wasn't doing bench just because. And then honestly, the highest I got up into benching, like I broke my thumb in like this knuckle here. You can see. Can you see it? Like right here. You see how that's higher than this one? Anyway, the thumb's broken. So that was whenever I was like at 225 for 2 reps, and then after breaking my thumb, obviously lost all that, and then I never really built it back up. So now, though, after a few years, my thumb doesn't get like totally blown up whenever I do weights. So I'm gonna start like picking it back up, and maybe one day we'll break. I guess it would be 230 for 1. Yeah, the 195 bench flipper. That's a terrible name, Swoop. That's a terrible name. It's awful. But yeah, I don't think I would have got like if I would have put 200 on the rack or 205, I probably could have got 205. but it would have been like even uglier than that rep. So, and you know that's when you start like hurting yourself. And I don't have a spot too. Like I don't use a spot. I feel like you need that fear, you know, when you're 1 rep maxing. So this one's called White Horse. White Horse it's a weird brand. I don't see it very often. It's not that great, but it did sell for $12.63 plus $8.99. So $21.50. I totally keep forgetting what to write down here. 11 ounces. Okay. Yeah, White Horse. I got that at a garage sale. I remember that. Yeah. Anyway, I think if I could do 275, that'd be a what is it? 225 plus 25s on each side. 275. That'd probably be a pretty good accomplishment because I sit at like 165 for my weight, so that would be pretty good, and it would just look cool, right? Let's see. PB4, we go flipping. I'm in the middle of KS. Let's see. I think somebody... Did you delete your comment? Did you like misspell something? Anyway. Alright, we'll continue on. Unless OBS did something, but... Let me go back to YouTube. Yeah, 44 people. So yeah, I mean, the stream, it's slowly like, it's droning on. People are just like, dude, get off of here. It's fine. I'm going to keep going though, because we still have some items to pack, and I'm not going to just like quit on you guys or myself. This work has to be done, and then I have some other stuff I need to work on. Here's some Ariat jeans. These are the M5. They went for 22 plus 9, so 31 bucks on the Ariat jeans. And these also will go in one of these bags. Cheaper priority. That's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. A65, thanks for coming in, man. I'll catch you next time. 1, 13, 10 by 13 by 6. Dude, I need to turn the fan on, man. Okay. Whew. Hot. Man, I hope my son took a nap, dude. He was going crazy. He just didn't want to sleep, dude. He just wanted to play. He's so close to standing. Like, he was able to pull up one time on his own and stand. And then now you can kind of like prop him up holding on to something, and he'll stand for like a little while. And he doesn't really like crawl in the traditional sense. He kind of like lunges and then like army crawls, but he doesn't like crawl. I think it's just because he much rather sit up than actually like crawl. You know? Here's some Levi 560s. These sold for $26.59 plus $8.99. So these used to sell for like 50 bucks. Now it looks like they're selling for 35 bucks. At least this size did, which it seems like a big size. So maybe that's why it didn't sell for much. Let's see. Nick Picker says the longer the better because I need a coworker while I list. That's cool. You know, I've considered this as a way to make some money and provide more long-form content. Would it make sense to have like a paid live that you could see, like, you know, let's just say 4 or 5 times a week, where you pay per month, not like a lot of money, but it's almost just like you would just get access to those lives, and then the free live would still be like this one, but then you could get it like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then so it'd be 4 a week. Like, what's the price point? Like, is it even worth it? Paying for a virtual coworker, a virtual motivator guy who's obviously working while you're working, but then you can get access to all those hours of stuff. Because I know what you're talking about. Like, that's kind of why I watch the speed runs, because they're like 2 to 3 hours, and it's just like Pokemon music, but the guy's commenting on it, and he's super focused. And I like that focus because I need to be focused when I work. So let me know. Maybe I'll put some polls out and see. I think like $5 a month might be the mark. That might be the mark. Maybe not though. Maybe like I don't know what percentage they take out, you know. Maybe $5 a month would be good. That's 5 times 12. That's $60 a year though, so it's kind of high. Lauren Sells says, I put Sells at the end of my name because I can't decide what to name my channel. I'm trying to convince myself to start making videos. We will see if it sticks. Lauren Sells. I honestly thought that was your last name. Because there's a lot of strange, just different names out there. But what is your last name? Is it too weird to even talk about? If it is, don't mention it. But I picked Taylor Exchange because like the exchange of products and, you know, like products for money or whatever, goods for money. I don't know. You can use, I tell you what, Lauren and anybody else who's interested, go to ChatGPT and say, just start talking to it. Say like, give me 10 YouTube channel names that have to do with reselling and this word. And then when it provides the 10, you can say, now make them like funny or make them happy or make them serious or make them professional. And then it'll bring more out and then say like, no, you know, add this word into it, like, and just see what it spits out. And you'll get like tons and tons of ideas in like a matter of seconds. Trust me, it works. I use it. I used to use it a lot and now I kind of forget to use it. But when I remember to use it, it's super powerful. So ChatGPT to brainstorm is tremendous. Let's see. Base card collector. Yesterday at an indoor sale at my Salvation Army, I found 148 new pair of AFTCO fishing shorts with new with tags. Could eBay flag me or suspend my account if they see me selling them with no proof of receipt? How should I go about listing them? You could just list them as used and then they'll see the tag in the first photo. You'd probably be all right doing that. I don't know if you should list them all at the same time, but I mean, that's pretty awesome, man. Yeah, I don't know. That's cool. What'd you pay for them? Yeah, that, what is it called? American Fishing Tackle Company or something like that? That's a good one, man. I'm very jealous right now. And those are the types of, like scores or whatever for clothing that is just tremendous. Let's see. Panda the Picker. That's so funny. Panda the Picker says they have like do schoolwork with me on Twitch. Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. Twitch is interesting. I almost thought about doing Twitch. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. You paid $100 for 148 pairs of shorts, dude. That is insane. That is incredible, dude. That Salvation Army's not making much money if they're doing that. That's good though. Ow. Yeah. You're sorting them and watching the live, dude. Send some my way. Let's go. I'll buy 100. I'll buy 48 of them. Then you can just be like, I got 100 for 100. But then I sold, or 148 for 100, but then I sold 48 to my favorite YouTuber for $100. You could do that. That'd be cool. Yeah, that's a crazy good score, man. That's how I felt with the those FootJoy polos. Here's a good one. This is from that big buyout that I had with the Tommy Bahama stuff. This right here. This one went for $36.09 plus $9, so $45 on this one. If you guys remember, I bought 92 items for $600, and the Levi's Big E jacket sold for $210, and then another couple shirts sold, and this one went for $45. So I've already made my money back. So this is all profit. I ended up selling like 10 items to make that $600 back, and then the rest is just profit. 82 items, zero cost of goods. And honestly, like a score like that pays for rent for like at least 2 months at that place, because the rent's only $300 a month. So that's why I'm not too concerned with it, because it's not really costing me any money, like that much money. Although the internet is $65 at the buy sell trade store. So okay, we are working our way through, guys and gals. Okay, let's see. They had some sunflower seeds for the first time in a while. They were good. Let's see. Oh, okay. Panda the Picker says, I think Salvation Army buys liquidation pallets. The one near me always have bulk of the same items, but they don't negotiate. I tried to buy like 700 match boxes, and they would not hear the offer. They never sold my offer. They never sold them. Yeah. Okay. 75.75. This is a Lacoste polo shirt. I'm kind of fed up with Lacoste, man. It just doesn't do well. There's certain ones that do really well, but like the common ones sometimes just don't do that well for me. So I'm gonna start moving off of Lacoste. That's cool, man. I tried to do a deal with the Salvation Army. They were gonna sell me a bale for $450. A bale of clothing is 1,500 pounds. But they said the people that are buying those bales are buying like 18-wheelers full of them. So am I gonna buy an 18-wheeler full of clothes? No. It would have been nice though. I mean, you'd be sorting for like months, you know? But you'd probably make like a crazy amount of money. What it is like other thrift stores are likely buying from like that type of place. That's why when you, Panda the Picker, come in as like a one-time person, like, hey, I'll buy this one time for this price, they're like, dude, we don't even bother like with that type of deal. And the people you're talking to on the floor probably aren't the ones. You'd have to talk to like the ones in the warehouse and stuff. And then even then they'd be like, dude, we sell like massive amounts. You said would be a good YouTube video? Well, if I could buy one bale, it would be, but buying an 18-wheeler full of clothes, dude, you know how much money that would cost? Like, where would I even put that, you know? It'd be insane. Like, I don't have that kind of money. I mean, I guess I do, but like, I don't know, dude. It'd be crazy. And then I don't even know if I could get the bid on that, you know? Like, it would be a good video. It'd be a huge pain in the butt though. I don't have the manpower to do it. This is the color block Ralph Lauren, red, white, and blue. I actually got this like right after the 4th of July, I think. And it went for $28.99 shipped. So pretty good. Pretty good. People like the vintage color block. It's very popular. There we go. Was it 12? Yeah. Ground advantage. Dang, I'm getting hungry too, man. Getting snacky. I wonder how much rag houses spend on their truckloads. Okay, so that could be a rag house, yeah. So a rag house. So if you think about it, 1,500 pounds, you could probably fit like, shoot, I don't know, man. Let's just say 15,000 pounds in an 18-wheeler. So 15,000 pounds, let's just say 500 times 15. So that's 500 times 10 would be 5,000 plus the 5, 2,500. So $7,500, and then you got to pay for the 18-wheeler to deliver it. So let's just say like 10 grand for that many clothes. So you spent 10 grand on inventory, and then a bunch of that, and that's men, women's, and kids, and blankets and stuff. So then you would still have to process all of it. figure out how to get rid of the stuff that you're not selling, because you'd have to probably pay to get rid of that stuff. It's too much, right? So then and that's why they sell it, so they don't have to pay to get rid of it, you know, because it costs money to throw stuff away when it's that big. There's a lot of logistical things when it comes to buying like a bale of clothing. Like, what is it? What is it? Hustle and Hooks are buying pallets of clothing, like, and even them, like, I'd be interested to see like how much money they're actually making, because they're paying people to sort it, which isn't like super expensive, and then they're doing it too. But it definitely would be. It's a lot. I mean, look at the space they have. You know, the warehouse to process. Like, it's a lot of stuff, dude. That's why I was saying that there's a wall or like a ceiling for a single operator out of your house. Maybe 30 a day is the number. Like, I know people do more, but I don't know. It gets a little trickier. Like, there's not enough time to do the sourcing and the listing and the shipping and the photography unless you have some help and space, and everything gets a little crazy. So this was a Vans flannel. For some reason, I thought Vans flannel would be good to not sell for much money. Not gonna buy Vans flannel again. Not worth it. Maybe because it was yellow though. Here is the floral Travis Matthew, gray, blue, yellow. Went for $27 shipped on the floral short sleeve shirt. Lauren says, no, my last name isn't weird. I guess I'm just self-conscious about people I know finding me easily. Introverted problems. I'm working through it though. Yeah, so Lauren, that's actually, I'm glad you said that, because my name is Sean, but my YouTube channel is Taylor Exchange, because I didn't want having like my name for people to find. But I felt that too, right? I just felt weird about it, and then at the same time, like, it didn't really matter, right? I mean, if you're on social media, you're gonna be on social media, but like, I would definitely put a name that isn't stuck to reselling, you know? Like, Taylor Exchange isn't quite stuck to reselling, but some names are, and then some names have nothing to do with it at all, and don't even sound good, but they just stick because it's like who you are. So I could definitely like what you're reading and saying. Like, if you don't like saying it, like, probably not a good one. Like, if Lauren Sells is not like, doesn't sound good, you don't like how it sounds, maybe change it. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's a name. Don't not start your channel because you can't think of a name, because you can change the name too. But yeah. So there's a lot of ways to look at it. It's not like, it's very rare for your channel just to explode right off the rip, you know. So you could change it after a while, or just like, I don't know. I would use ChatGPT, like I said though. You can come up with a lot of names. Like, I was using it for video title ideas, like for those how-to videos, and it's pretty fun to play around with. Panda the Picker says, I'm not sure if you ever watched Profit Monster's video of him getting invited to the rag house. It was crazy, like pallets of Carhartt, Columbia, and everything. Yeah, I watched that video, and that was crazy. Yeah, those types of places, I don't even know. I don't exactly know where they are in Dallas. I got a friend who probably knows, but it's just a different style of like sourcing and then selling too. You have to be knowledgeable, and then a lot of that stuff is damaged based on how they band it up too. So for my category, like dress shirts and polos, it may not be good. For t-shirts, I'm sure it's tremendous. Here's a new brand. This one's called Victorious. I've never come across this, but it had like this crazy looking bedazzled embroidered cross on it. And I was like, dude, that's got to be worth some money. It sold for $24 shipped. So, not too bad. And I only had it for 2 weeks. You could spend like X amount a month. If you had that plug though, right? I mean, like, it's easy to say, like, I can walk into a place with like mounds of inventory and it's all really cheap and I just pay a little bit and that's it. The other thing you could do is like maybe you could be the one with the rag house. Like you buy the 18-wheeler for $10,000 and then you sell it to pickers like that, you know? So that could be a model. That's pretty. You could just make that model yourself. But no, I don't know those people. Like I'm sure he got invited through YouTube, most likely. Maybe they saw his channel and wanted him to come check it out. I don't know. Like I'm not really sure how he got that deal. And I think it was just a one-time deal. Oh, Panda Picker, you're saying that he was saying you have to pay like $50,000 a month just to have access? That seems pretty high, but maybe if you're like a thrift store. Yeah, I don't know, man. To me, that seems pretty nuts, but I don't know. It's just different like levels of this business. I don't think reselling used clothes is like, if you're trying to make like millions of dollars, this probably isn't the business for you. I don't see it being like multi-million a year. I don't see that being the way. I do think content could be the way though. Not like not necessarily YouTube stuff, but there are forms of content that can make a lot of money. Maybe hundreds of thousands a year, not like millions, maybe hundreds of thousands. But reselling to make hundreds and thousands, I don't know if that's really feasible. I mean, I haven't made over 100,000 yet. And I've been doing a lot of work for it. I mean, I'm sure there's ways I could be doing it better. But a lot of it is proximity to thrift stores and places like rag houses. I don't really have that where I'm at, so. Oh, Panda says he won a giveaway on Whatnot to go there? That's even cooler. Huh. Okay, here's that vintage shirt sold for $50. Oh, it's over £1 too, man. Dang it. Why would this shirt be over £1, dude? Ah, whatever. No big deal. It's going to Berkeley, California, the vintage Yes shirt. I feel like my tone has been down on the stream just because I'm like cautious or conscience. I'm aware. Never just use other words if you're not sure what word you're using. My son, he'd be sleeping, but I think him and my wife aren't even here. I think they went, so I don't know why I'm talking so softly. Anyway. Uh-oh. Nick Picker's saying, yeah, a lot of that stuff is junk. That's why they call it a rag house, because they get turned into shop rags. Yeah. Yeah, that's why you said $50,000 a month. That's like, I don't know, dude. That seems insane. But yeah, it's there's definitely like vintage stuff there though. People do miss shirts all the time. Like rack pools. If you buy like a pallet of clothes. It's really where it's at though. You can pull it off. Buying pallets. This is Brooks Brothers 20 shipped on a Brooks Brothers shirt. Pretty old SKU too, 6,700 for the SKU. We're like 18,000 now. Shoot, I gotta call Randy too. I gotta tell her what tomorrow's gonna be because the schedule's gonna be a little different for her. 46 people, 33 likes. The stream's bitrate is higher than the recommended bitrate. Huh. Interesting. So I guess you can find out the recommended bitrate. Maybe I need to lower the bitrate a little bit to help the stream. I think it's pretty good though. It's not like too choppy or nothing, right? I think it's okay. I gotta drop this off at the post office, man. Going to the post office before they open. Like, they're not open right now. But if I go tomorrow with all these bags, like first thing in the morning, there's not enough. Like, there might not even be enough space right now to drop them through the slots and stuff. It's a problem. It's definitely a problem. But now, I mean, now that I have an employee, I can actually have her take all these. I can have her take all these packages tomorrow drop them off. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so Ben, the stream quality's far higher than it normally is. Yeah, that's thank you for that, man. I'm using OBS with my iPhone 14 Pro. My webcam, I'm actually gonna sell it. And but you can govern the bit rate on OBS. It's like a broadcasting open source. So like you can make it so that there's like no glitch. See how it like glitches a little bit, like slightly. Yeah. Panda says it's worse is when it gets jammed on your first package. Oh yeah, dude. Tell me. That's always like a nightmare. He's talking about like when the chute at the postal service gets jammed. Yeah. I mean, there are postal workers there on Sunday, so like I try to knock and be like, hey, like I got some packages, so they can open the door, because get them scanned in. But yeah, I got a lot to take though, and it wasn't even that big of a sales weekend, so. Flip It Good says, how much was your webcam? I bought it like, I think I bought it like I guess I bought it in 2020, probably for $60. But now I'm using my iPhone 14 Pro, so. It was just a Logitech 1080p webcam. It's trash compared to the iPhone, but I mean, of course, right? Yep. I'm trying to up the game, guys. I bought an expensive laptop. I love it, by the way. Here's a Lucky Brand short sleeve Henley, sold for $20. I really like Henleys. I really like Lucky Brand and Henleys. They sell all the time. Long sleeve, short sleeve, Venice Burnout, lived in. Is there a lived in? Yeah, Panda, that's the exact one. Good eye. Good eye, man. How did you even know? Wow. Yeah, that was it, the C920. Okay, so we got one more. Ben says you get a 30% discount on the laptop because it's a tax write-off. I think you have to depreciate laptops. I don't know if it's a straight write-off. I'm not sure. I'd have to look into it. I'd have to talk to my CPA, find out. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it definitely, yeah, I'm definitely going to tell the CPA about the laptop. So. Okay. And this is the last one. It's an Eddie Bauer Elkhorn. For some reason, I thought Elkhorn meant it was like expensive. It wasn't very expensive, but that's okay. We're gonna pack it up and never buy it again. I know I paid $350 for it though, so it went for not a lot. Ben says you don't have to. You can do the math and compare amortizing to lump sum write-off. No. I mean, it's. Let's see. I need to find out, like, what does the laptop categorize as, like, is it an office expense? I mean, probably, but I feel like, let me see. Our laptops, 100%, write-offs on taxes. Let's just see. Oh yeah. So Intuit says you can. So there you go. So I guess I can write that off. So yeah, it was $3,000 for this laptop, but I did some credit card churning, and one of the credit cards I got $750 bonus cash, and the other business credit card I got $1,000 bonus cash. So that's $1,750 off the 3, and then right off the 3. So pretty awesome. Let's just do one final count check. 48 concurrent viewers, 36 likes. Really appreciate everybody that came in. I I got a lot of sourcing to do. I'm going to do an all-day trip on Monday. It's going to be in the Dallas area, and then I'm going to make an Oklahoma City probably video for Wednesday. I'm going to go up north. I'm going to go to the sister state, and I'm going to find some good items to sell, and I'm going to record it and take you guys along with me. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys have a good week, and I hope you guys make a lot of sales to combat the slowdown that we're seeing right now. Keep on working, keep pushing, and I'll see you next time.